my experience with Tim Burns' The Nightmare Before Christmas, the Pumpkin King game. Where do we start with this one, y'all? Where the fuck do we start? God, my head hurts just thinking about that fucking stupid fucking... Look, I want to start out with some positives in terms of the game, okay? Because this game is one of the most repetitive Metroidvanias I've ever played, and even just one of the most repetitive games I've ever played, you know, like the title suggests. I'm also texting at the same time. Yeah, my experience with this game. Now, I didn't think I'd be talking about this game, to be honest with y'all. I thought I was just gonna leave this game in the dirt, and originally, yes, I was, but I kind of want to make a video talking about this game and its story and plot. But anyway, so let's get started with it, right? Okay, so the story is basically this game is supposedly taking place before the Nightmare Before Christmas movie. And it's not the worst thing. It's not like the worst story. Like, I'll show you the story here. Let me give you all a story. So basically, like I said, it was a Halloween night. Because, of course, it wouldn't be Jack Skellington without it being Halloween. And you're sitting there, you know, getting the game booted up. By the way, the art style for each of these little things is so fucking wicked and cool. It kind of gives me a Plants vs. Zombie vibe. But, just watching all this. This is before Jack is the Pumpkin King, too. This is before, apparently. You know, and it's all about, you know, Jack trying to save the town and all that before the events of the movie and stuff. Pretty simplistic plot. And I want to get all the introduction and the story out of the way before we really start getting into it. So, the game doesn't start out being like a bad Metroidvania. It actually starts out being like a pretty good Metroidvania game with some decent music and, you know, pretty simple Metroidvania game. But, you know, when you start playing, like I said, it's not that bad. But it's more like when you get into it. You know what I mean? That's when it starts really getting bad and more on the repetitive side and more on the boring side / not entertaining side. And I'm not asking for millions of people to agree with me or even, you know, take my word for the game, because I want you guys to play this game for yourselves to get your own experience and, you know. And I love Nightmare Before Christmas. I love Tim Burns' Nightmare Before Christmas. I love the world, its universe, and all that stuff. But this game is not that good. Like, it is not good. I mean, I'd rather play this game than fucking Jimmy Neutron bullshit, but, you know. But anyways, we got Mayor here talking about how you need to save everybody in town, and Jack's like, could I fucking do that? Now you guys know where that fucking shit came from, by the way. And yeah, it's the mayor giving you the frog guns, so on and so forth. But yeah, anyways, I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent. But what makes this game bad, and I want to get to it before we just kind of talk about the cool things about this game. Other than like the art style being pretty cool and so on and so forth like that. Oh, sorry, I had something in my mouth really quick. The bad thing about it, other than being repetitive, is like the same theme plays over and over when you're the theme you guys were hearing like a second ago, that theme plays for like the majority of the game, and when you're doing your little quest and shit. Oh my god, it is so fucking annoying, bro. And sure, getting the abilities is interesting, and seeing what this game's about is interesting, but like, after a while, this game just can't hold itself together. And I mean it, this game can't hold itself together. It really fucking can't. Like, it sits there and gives you like, let's say this, right? Think of an objective, right? Let's use this as an example. Jack, I need you to find me. By the way, what's up, Lucas? I need you to find me 3 TV remotes. I find the 3 TV remotes. I'm like, here, Mayor, I found the 3 TV remotes that you asked me for. Good, Jack. Now find me 3 Nintendo Switch controllers. Okay, I'll find you 3 Nintendo Switch controllers. This will be fun and pretty easy. I love my nigga Jack. Come on. What the fuck was the ghost dog name? Oh, Zero. Come on, Zero. Let's go. And also to spice up the gameplay, they throw in Zero little segments while he's like going up and down in these chimneys and so on and so forth. Which of the Zero gameplay is actually kind of cool. I'm not even going to cap. And, you know, the abilities Jax get, like the frog gun, the bat wing bullshit, the fucking... Jack Skellington going into Pumpkin King mode and being able to become like this fire blaze motherfucking thing. It's kind of cool. You know, seeing some of these abilities is cool. And I know you're not seeing gameplay, which I probably should be showing you at least some gameplay. So let me show y'all some gameplay. You know, while I talk about this shit, so you guys can get some of that in. Because I know a lot of people on YouTube today, they can't tolerate just someone talking about something like this without like some gameplay in the background. Oh yeah, you also get some free shit too, which the frog gun can provide, kind of like Samus's ice shot, and so on and so forth. But back to my example, right? Like, you do these quests for the mayor, and it doesn't even just range from that. It can range from like pretty much fucking anything in the game, you know, if you wanted. Yeah, see, look, this guy's even struggling a little bit on the gameplay and the hitboxes and so on and so forth. But imagine hearing this theme over and over and over again while you're playing and running around the bitch, so on and so forth. And I remember when I got to the first boss, I fucking died a lot too. Or at least I died a good chunk of times before I beat it, but, you know. Well, that was on my first playthrough. When I came back to this shit to try to play this again, I got much further. Also, I want to talk about the collectibles, because I need to bring this up before I forget about it. Hold on. Look, check this out. These collectible thingies are so worthless. Like, I'm telling you, all they get, they don't even give you something that matters. Like, hey, I went out of my way to collect all the items in the game. What do I get out of it? Nothing. Like, relatively nothing. It's just like either a mini game that's not even a good mini game, or like a fucking +1 in your reward bullshit. That's literally all you fucking get in this game, and it pisses me off because I actually went out of my way to not collect everything, but collect at least some of the fucking things, and it just wasn't fucking it for some reason. And oh my fucking god, I literally cannot shit y'all enough that it just wasn't fucking good. Oh my god, and the maps in this game were pretty fucking big. So like going from point A to point B, yeah, you see this, the pickups, you know, Sally's shoes, so on and so forth. It is so fucking bad. Like, and some collectibles, you know, that you do need to give back to certain characters and so on and so forth, so you can continue the quest. And what's sad to me is that the main quest in this game feel like side quests. Like, they're not even that interesting to kind of keep you pushing forward. And to be honest, the only reason why I was able to push forward with this game as much and as long as I have is because of my determination and my will to beat this game, because I've quit this game before. You know, I've played this game 2, 3, maybe 4 times, and I've quit all those times due to like different fucking reasons. Like the first time, it was because of like, you know, not knowing where to go, sheer boredom, and just this game overall not holding my hand, but just not holding my interest. Because I remember the other day I got a comment about somebody talking to me about, oh, this is why every game needs to hold your fucking hand. You know what I mean? And I'm like, sitting there like, not every game needs to hold my hand, but it's just I'd rather just go to point A to point B and not be going to point A to point G to point F. I don't know if that's very hard to understand or very easy to understand. I'm just trying to get my point across, sir. Sorry that my video made you feel that way, but yeah, I'm not joking when I say this either. Like, every quest in the game that I played really feels like a side quest, you know, and that's not fun. Like, this game thinks it can just get away with having the same quest over and over and over again without the player realizing, why am I even spending time doing this? Why am I spending time finding 3 fucking remotes 5, 6, 7, 8 times throughout the game? And by the way, the second time I left is because I realized this game was pretty repetitive and didn't know what it was doing with itself throughout the game. And I really mean this. Like, there's points in the game where it gets so repetitive with the side quest or the main quest, right? Or whatever you do to help your friends out, that it's just, I feel like it doesn't believe in its own narrative and its own story and its own gameplay to be as immersive. Take Metroid, for example. The reason why that game can get away with what it does, right, is because its gameplay is so interesting. Its music is so interesting. It sucks you in with every little detail. Like, take, let's say, Super Metroid, the best Metroid game on Earth for everybody that's ever played it, right? The game every Metroid fan says it's a must-play if you want to play the Metroid series, right? Sure, there may be problems with me getting lost, but that's a me thing, not an everybody thing, right? But anyways, the reason why that game can grab you is because when you get into the game, you feel like you are Samus on that planet. In this Jack Skellington game, you don't feel like you're Jack Skellington going into his world and feeling the characters. You just feel like you're playing a licensed Jack Skellington Disney game. That's what you're playing. Meanwhile, with Metroid, again, when you land on that planet, you feel like you're Samus because there's music, there's high beat music when you're outside, like do 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 do. But then when you get into a creepy ass place, it starts tugging at your emotional strings, your fucking feelings and shit, and it gets you in the feels for it. Again, this game fails at doing that. This game fails at being somewhat interesting. I don't know if you guys, I know you guys are probably understanding, you probably wanted me to move on and talk about something else, but I can't stress this shit enough. This game doesn't make you feel like you're Jack Skellington, you know what I mean? Like, there's not even like a single song or a dance that Jack would normally do in the game. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Because if you guys know, Jack Skellington sings and dances a lot, you know, in his movie from time to time, because mostly it is a musical movie. So I'm also wondering, where the fuck is that at? Even if it's for a little tiny bit, where is the songs at? You know what I mean? The other game that he had for PS2 and Xbox, you know, that other game had music and songs, but it was also a beat-em-up game. So that game feels like you're more like Jack than this one, to be honest. And I guess people who played the game also feel this way because it never got a sequel. You know, it never got a second or third game. Literally, this was fucking it. You know what I mean? For the game. So, but now you know what I referenced in that funny moments vlog shit. I mean, at least you guys get to know what that means. And I don't know. Again, I wish this game was better because I would have loved to have played this shit for like hours upon hours on end without getting bored. And yes, there were times I've done that, but like it's just I couldn't unshake the repetitive nature that this game likes to give me. And I wish it was different because I don't want to hate every game I play or at least dislike a lot of the games I play, but it just feels like it sometimes, you know, especially with this game. And when you play the game for yourself, you'll see what I mean by pretty repetitive and kind of boring at times, especially if you don't like Metroidvanias, which I love Metroidvanias, you know, ever since I got into the Metroid series. I'm actually planning on playing Castlevania because I actually finished Contra. And you know what? Actually, in this stream, I'm going to start a small poll. What game should I play next? And I'll like... By the way, this is the first boss. Let's see. You know what I mean? But like this boss was hard a little bit. You know, it was hard, but if you understand it, you'll be pretty alright. You know, so it's not the end of the world. You know, and there you go. There goes the poll. So, please vote so I can get some votes in here so I can look at what game I should play in the future for next time. So on and so forth, and talk about it next time too. Not like the very next time, because I got some My Experience shorts that are also, like, there. So, please vote. You know, so that way we can get some shit going and shit. You know, for the next game I can play / pay attention and focus on and stuff. Because we beat Contra, which was a great game. By the way, this was also pretty cool in Jack Skellington when you beat a boss. This was cool. I can't even lie. This was dope. So just seeing that was kind of cool when you beat a boss. That was dope. But yeah, and it's like the beginning doesn't feel repetitive. It's not like the beginning, but it's just slowly as you wheeze your way into the game, you'll start feeling the little bit of repetitiveness and the lack of ideas. Like, because they'll show you, like, most of what they got, you know, in terms of being pretty cool and new in the first hour or two. And then it will start feeling, like, pretty repetitive because they'll start, even in between the first few hours, they'll start throwing in the repetitive gameplay. Not gameplay, but the repetitive story beats / things you gotta do in the game. But, let's talk about the soundtrack and then maybe consider getting the fuck out of here. So let's talk about that soundtrack. Alright. So let me look it up because I didn't have this all pre-planned anything. I just kind of wung it because I was actually just sitting here thinking of a video idea or a stream idea I should just talk about, you know, kind of out of nowhere. You know. Yeah. Yeah, let's just end it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, the soundtrack. Oogie Boogie. Yes, I know it's a reference to the movie. You know, for a Game Boy, yep, and you guys hear this theme a lot, so I'm not even gonna play that theme. Jack's House. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that theme was kind of fire. For what it was kind of fire. But, you got Pumpkin Patch. See, Guiding Zero. Guiding Zero is fun. See? I think it's pretty fun. I find the soundtrack for the game to be, again, okay. And honestly, nothing more than that. Like, the soundtrack to me is just okay. And yeah, that's it. I think I'm just gonna end this one because I don't want this one being really that long. I think I pretty much got my point across that I just don't find this game as entertaining or as fun as other games. And, you know, maybe one day I'll play the other Nightmare Before Christmas video game because I think it'd be kind of cool if I actually got a chance to play that, like another Nightmare Before Christmas video game. But and I kind of wish they would come back to the idea and give Jack Skellington like a brand new game for like all consoles or like a remake of the PS2 game since people are doing remakes 24/7 now. It's like Disney. I mean, you can whip up a Jack Skellington the PS2 game because I didn't get a chance to play it and I kind of wish I did. So even just a port of that bitch to modern day consoles, I think people who are interested in Jack Skellington or the Nightmare Before Christmas movie and franchise, you know, would be interested in playing this game, even if it's a non-canon sequel. I mean, you see people buying the books for Nightmare Before Christmas, Christmas and Halloween celebrations about this dude and stuff. You see people buy stuff about Jack Skellington all the time. Fuck, I have a plushie, which I'm going to show you guys. I have a little Jack Skellington plushie on me because I love Jack Skellington himself, the character. Like I said, he's my favorite character in the whole movie, obviously. Love this guy, Jack.
Hello. Alan, are you reviewing my game?
Yeah, I'm reviewing your game, Jack.
Oh. Was it good?
It's the Game Boy Advance one.
Oh. I see. Yeah, that one's not that fun. I see. Gotcha.
Yeah, not really too fun, to be honest. But, yeah, that's it. That's my experience with Night Before Christmas Game Boy Advance. I'll see y'all next time on the next one I do. Whatever game it is, I don't know.